everyone, welcome back to another episode. I have recently gone on a take-a-lot shopping spree and all of my stuff got picked up yesterday, so I thought I would do a video today showing you all of the stuff that I bought and just chat a little bit about projects that I've got going on in the future. So this looks like a lot of stuff. And I generally don't spend a lot of money on myself. I'm actually quite good that way. I almost never splurge on myself. But I've done a couple of extra jobs in the last month or two that have brought in a little bit extra income. And I was actually looking for printer cartridges for a printer that I got for Christmas, which is to print photos, because I am a scrapbooker and that is my hobby, and to have photos printed is actually just daylight robbery. So my mom and dad got me a selfie printer for Christmas, but I have been waiting to get the ink cartridges and the printer paper. And I've been like keeping my eye out on Take-A-Lot for a while now, because when I originally saw the printer and asked him for the printer, all of that stuff was on special. And then like when it came time for Christmas, it wasn't on special anymore. So I thought I'll just like keep checking Take-A-Lot and I'll see if any more specials come up, and one came up. And then of course you go down the rabbit hole of scrolling on all the things that are on Pinterest that, not on Pinterest, on Take-A-Lot, that look interesting and that you've wanted to buy for a long time. I always have a cart that sits with like 10 or so items in it. And then, you know, I wait for birthdays and Christmases and stuff like that. When people say, you know, what is it that you want to get, then I can give them ideas that way. But I managed to find a whole lot of other things that were also really good prices. So I think I bought about 6 items altogether, and I thought, oh, well, I'm on Take-A-Lot and doing a shop, I might as well just splurge a little bit on myself, spoil myself a little bit, and get what I wanted to get. So I'm gonna open up the boxes and then go through why I bought them, and then you can see what my spending habits are on Take-A-Lot. So let me just get a knife. This is box number 1. I have absolutely no idea what's in it. So this is melt and pour soap base with aloe vera. And the reason that I bought this is one of my other hobbies is soap making. I do the cold press soap method though, and I've made a lot of my own soaps in the past. It's actually something I really enjoy doing. But I bought this because I want to make breast milk soap for my son. So in the beginning stages of him being born, I was exclusively pumping, and I pumped obviously what he needed to feed in the day, but I was a bit of an overproducer, so I ended up pumping so much more milk than what I needed. And then when it came time to giving him the milk, he would not take milk that had been previously frozen. So I don't know if I'm one of those people that have really high lipase that makes milk taste different, but whatever the situation was, he was not at all interested in drinking previously frozen and then thawed out breast milk. So I currently have a deep freezer full of bags of milk that are probably about 18 months old that I have nothing to do with. And then I Googled a couple of things that I can do with the milk, and one of them is to make breast milk soap, which is really good and soothing for like skin irritations and rashes and eczemas and stuff like that, which my son is showing that he does suffer with. Unfortunately, he's got skin like his dad and is just so sensitive to all sorts of things, to dogs, cats, grass, all of that stuff. So I think that the breast milk soap is going to be really nice for him. The only thing with breast milk soap is it has to be made with glycerine soap. All of the recipes that I've seen don't do the cold press method, and I think that's because the fat content in breast milk is very variable, so it would be difficult to work out how much lye and stuff you'd need. If anybody knows of a cold press soap recipe for breast milk, please leave a message in the comments. I'd love to do it that way if possible, but as I say, I've never found a recipe. The only recipes I've ever seen are for melt and pour. So as I say, this is what that's for. I have no idea how much I need to make, or how much it will use, but this is, I think, 500 grams. So this will be my first attempt at making breast milk soap. And then if it goes really well, I'll probably try and make some more and just use up the stock that I have. And then also, like, I specifically bought aloe vera because that's also very soothing for skin. So these soap bars that I make are just going to be like really nice for when my son has irritated skin. So that's the first thing that I bought. Then let's go on to box number 2. Don't know what's in there. Okay, the next things are this like heatless curler unicorn wand, I think that's what it's called, which I've seen, heatless magic hair curler, and I've seen so many people on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram using this thing, and it looks so wonderful. I hope that it's going to work for my hair. So basically you like brush your hair out at night and then put it over your head. Doesn't feel all that comfortable, but I'm sure it will take some getting used to. And then you wrap your hair around it, and then you go to sleep like that, and when you wake up in the morning you're supposed to have really nice curls. Now I naturally have curly hair, but I don't have controlled curly hair. I actually have like very wild curly hair, and at times, depending on the weather, it can be quite frizzy. So I'm hoping that this is going to work for my hair. And I will do a follow-up video to show the results. I have high hopes for it, and I really hope that also solves like my hair problems in the morning, because it's going to be so nice to be able to put this on at night, go to sleep, wake up, and my hair is done. That'll just make me feel so much better and a little bit more presentable. So I was quite excited to get this. Just comes with some scrunchies and a hair clip. So I'll give that a try maybe tonight and see what it does. Otherwise, sometime in the week, next week, I'll give it a try, but I'll take a video of it and then I'll be able to give a review. Then the next thing that I got is organic beeswax bars. So the reason I wanted to get this is because I love candles, but normal petroleum wax candles are actually really toxic. When they burn, they let off all kinds of chemicals into the air and into the environment, and it's just not good for the home. And one of the things that I'm really trying to do in this house is to get it as low tox as possible. So I am going to be making my own beeswax candles. I used to make candles quite a lot when I was a child, like a small child, like maybe 10, 11 years old with my dad. And so I kind of have an idea what I'm doing, but I haven't tried to make candles since then. However, I don't think it's going to be too difficult. Oopsie. Basically, it's going to be melt the wax and put it into a container that I like. But that is the wax, the beeswax. Doesn't have any smell, which is, I suppose, a better thing. But yeah, I really love burning candles. Like, they're very cozy to me, they're very soothing to me. I use them a lot for like making the space feel cozy and homely, but in the back of my mind I'm constantly aware of how toxic normal candles are. So now I'm hoping that I'll be able to make these candles and not have to worry about that and burn them and just enjoy what I'm burning the candles for. So that's the next thing that I bought. And then lastly, last box, So there we go. This is actually the thing that I went on to Takealot for. This is the ink cartridge and the printer paper for my selfie printer. And it gives me 108 sheets per box, so that's like 216 photos. And I paid 850 Rand for this, which sounds like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But when I phoned the photo shop the other day to find out how much it would cost for me to print some photos that I need for scrapbooking, basically what I want to do is make scrapbooks of Roman's whole life. Like I said, scrapbooking is my hobby, and now I just have even more of a reason to scrapbook. So I have collected, I think within the first 2 months of Roman being born, I had like 800 pictures of him on my phone. And I've just been saving them in folders, and they're on my computer for now, in categories. Like I have my whole pregnancy, and then Roman's first year, and then his second year, and I will keep doing that. And then I want to make a scrapbook album for each year of his life. And I think that that's going to be such a nice thing to do for me. Number one, it's like my craft of choice. It's very therapeutic, but also like it's going to be so sweet to make, to have these like tangible memories that I can flip through, which I love doing. I love photos and that kind of stuff anyway. But now this is like of my baby. So this is really going to be a passion project of mine that I'm going to do from now until he's 21 and moved out the house or whatever the case is. And, my thinking is that in a couple of many years time, when I'm like in my later years, in my 60s or whatever, I can have a flip through and I'll be reminded and transported back to these fun times that I'm having being a mom and raising a child, and just being, so like enthralled with this whole process. And then also like, this can be a gift for him one day when he meets a partner or whatever. Then this is also something that he can look through for himself when he's a bit older. I know boys are a bit different with that, without stereotyping. I've just noticed that most of the boys that I chat to aren't all that interested in photos, but maybe he'll be different because I'm so excited about photos. But he'll be able to look back and he'll have a documented journey of his life. And it will be really nice for having little write-ups next to photos to say like, this is how old you were when you got your first tooth. In this photo you were doing this. And it won't be like, looking at this photo, were you 2 years old? Were you 3 years old? I can't remember. It will all be there documented. And I think that will just be such a nice keepsake to have, like I say, for myself personally, but then also one day when I give it on to him and for his future family and all that kind of stuff. These are my very long-term hopes, but it all has to start somewhere. And so for the pregnancy album that I'm going to be doing, like that album alone has something like 84 photos that I need to print. And when I phoned the printing company, they told me that it was 10 Rand a print. So just to do one album of 84 photos is going to cost me 840 Rand. And these two cost me 850 Rand, and I can print 214 photos. So almost 3 times the amount of photos for the same price as what it would cost me to print one batch of photos at a printing shop. So I think I scored massively with this. And I'm super excited to try out all of these other things. I will also do a video of when I make the candles, just in case somebody wants to watch me do that process. And then also I will, like I say, do that follow-up video of what that wand does for my hair in the mornings. And then also I will do a video of the melt and pour soap and see how that comes out. And again, if anybody has any tips or advice or anything when it comes to the hobbies that I'm going to be doing, the candle making, the scrapbooking ideas, the soap making, please leave messages in the comments. I will value that so much, because then it gives me more ideas and it will maybe give me something to think about or explore an avenue that I haven't thought about previously. So it will just be helping me in the long run, and then if anybody else reads the comments, it can help them too. If this kind of content, the homemaking and crafting and DIYing and hobbying and all of that stuff, is content that you enjoy watching, then please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so that you never miss an episode coming out. But that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.